Field Tripping is a really fun episode of Sabrina the Animated Series. This is the eighth episode of the first season, and Sabrina wants tickets to go to this concert, but she hasn't got any money. So she agrees to babysit these twins, and these are tearaway children. They are wild, they don't listen, but she needs the money. So she agrees to babysit them, and Harvey comes along and they take them to a museum. And unfortunately, when Sabrina decides to use her magic to try and control the twins, things go a little bit crazy. And I won't say what happens just now, but I will, with a spoiler warning, discuss things that happened that I really enjoyed. But I thought this was a really fun concept. I think the museum is a brilliant setting, and visually it looked awesome. There are some recognizable works of art, famous works of art, which I thought was a really lovely touch, but even things that aren't representing famous works of art was still really well animated, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Sabrina wears some brilliant costumes, particularly at the beginning when she is trying on outfits to wear to the concert, before Salem points out that as great as her outfits might look, she doesn't actually have any tickets yet. And I think the narrative worked really well for Sabrina, the young girl who is more concerned about going to a concert than her ability to babysit these twins. And the way the narrative developed, the pacing was great. It did kind of get a little bit repetitive towards the end. I think they could have wrapped things up a little bit sooner, or maybe brought in another element to make it a bit more interesting. But in general, I found it to be a really fun, engaging narrative. So, a couple of spoilers of things that I really thoroughly enjoyed. And there are two main things that go wrong with the magic, and both of them I loved. So, these are spoilers. And the first thing that goes wrong is that the statues come to life. Absolutely love it. The design of them looks really great. And the second thing is that Harvey and the twins end up going inside a painting, and it looks wonderful. And that is something I would love to do. One of my childhood fantasies, adulthood fantasies as well, actually. Very much inspired by Bert's chalk drawings on the pavement in Mary Poppins, is to go inside pictures. And this just helps me live out that childhood and adulthood fantasy. And I thought it was really fun and worked really well. So definitely a really great episode, and I think so far one of my favourites. I don't remember this episode from my childhood. That doesn't, of course, mean that I hadn't seen it. It simply means my memory is potentially appalling. But watching it now, I had a lot of fun with it. Great narrative, fun concept, very well animated. Definitely a highlight so far.